Hi everyone, it's Dell. I'm just chilling in my car at a park right now. I've got some caffeine and a Lonnie. It's got a Jerry on it. If you know, you know. It's a beautiful day here in Wisconsin. Just sitting here, breathing in the glorious air. The air quality here right now is terrible because all of this smoke from the fires in Canada have made their way to Wisconsin, and it sucks. I'm definitely feeling it. I know a lot of people are right now. And you know, we've only got so many days out of a year that we can be outside here in Wisconsin, and this air quality, it's kind of ruining it. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about today. Today, I want to make a video spreading awareness about being cautious when it comes to medications. So, I'm not at all saying that people shouldn't take medications. Some people need to take medications, and medications can really help people. But you need to be careful, especially when trying a new medication, and make sure that you know what to be watching out for when you start a new medication, because things can happen. I think I'm gonna set you down for this because this is a bit of a long story, but I had a very serious reaction to a medication recently. For those of you who this might be your first introduction to me and my channel, I am currently dealing with atypical facial pain. Basically, what that means is that I'm dealing with pain in my face, and all the doctors that I've seen so far, they don't know what's causing this. They have no idea, and I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty upsetting because I just want answers. This has been going on for a little over a year and a half now, and it's been doctor appointment after doctor appointment after doctor appointment, seeing all of these different doctors, desperately trying to get answers and figure out what's going on with me. And so far, I haven't had any luck. Pretty much what's been happening now is I'm seeing this one neurologist, and she just keeps prescribing all these different medications, trying to find something that'll help me manage the pain, because the pain has been very bad. The pain is 24/7, and I mainly feel it around my eyes, kind of just in here, and then like even in the bridge of my nose sometimes, and it's really weird. It's really painful. Some moments it's worse than others. Like right now I'm able to sit here and talk to you guys. Other moments all I can really do is just lay around and cry. I probably seem okay in these videos, but I'm not gonna lie, it truly has been a living hell. I don't always talk about the severity of it because I don't like being super negative on this channel. I like to try to be positive here, but I have been going through it. And 2 weeks ago today, I started a new medication called, I don't even know how you say it, duloxetine. I don't know. I was not on it very long, not long enough to figure out how to even pronounce it, apparently. Anyway, the medication is an SNRI, and my doctor was hoping that it would help treat the pain in my face. She started me off on a low dose, 25 milligrams, so it's kind of surprising that this even happened to begin with. But we've learned throughout this process of me trying medications that I apparently am very sensitive to medications, because I have had quite a few reactions from medications so far, but this reaction really takes the cake. So I ended up getting something called serotonin syndrome after only taking one pill one time. If you don't know what that is, I'll insert some info about it right now. It was a really scary experience, and it was kind of shocking. And I'm gonna admit, I did not even look up what the potential side effects of this medication could be, which was not a smart move on my part. But I didn't want to freak myself out, because I find that when I start a new medication, if I look up the potential side effects, that is really bad for my anxiety, and sometimes it makes it hard for me to want to give a medication that might help me a chance. So I just felt like I was better off not knowing what could potentially happen. And this is also a very bad way for me to have been looking at it, but I was like, I'm just in so much pain. I don't feel like there's really anything else I can do at this point, but just try to take these medications and hope they help me. And if something bad happens, then it happens, so be it. What else can I do? I've been very desperate for help. So I took the medication at 7 p.m. at night, and I didn't notice anything strange for the first few hours. Everything felt normal, and I just tried to not really think about it too much. I just went on with my night. And then around 11:30 p.m., I decided to take a bath because I wanted to relax for a bit before I went to bed. And when I was in the bathtub, I just remember feeling really restless. But I just tried not to think much of it. I brushed it off. I got out of the tub, went into my bed, and I was still feeling restless. So I was like, okay, I'll watch some concert videos to try to calm me down. I'm a big concert person. I love going to concerts and watching concert videos. So I was like, okay, I'll watch some concert videos on YouTube and I'll probably start feeling better. But I was so restless, I couldn't even look at my phone to watch any concert videos. I was so restless, and I'm like, okay, this is really weird, but I'm still just gonna try to brush it off and ignore it. So I just remember laying down in bed and trying to fall asleep. As I was laying in bed, I started feeling really nauseous. I started feeling extremely cold. But again, I just tried to brush it off. I'm like, oh, if I just go to sleep, I'll probably feel better in the morning. This is probably nothing. So I did end up falling asleep for a little bit. And then, I don't know, was it like, I'm trying to think of how long I was asleep for. I think an hour and a half to 2-ish hours is how long I passed out for. And then I just remember waking up drenched in sweat. I was extremely shaky. Like, I was shaking really bad. Even my jaw, like, I remember my jaw was shaking so bad, and my teeth were chattering a bit. My legs were shaking extremely bad, and I was so dizzy. Like, everything looked wobbly. My vision was blurry. And I remember being really scared. I remember having to yawn, but my jaw was shaking so bad I could barely open my mouth, so I couldn't really yawn, and it was really weird. And then I started just mentally feeling really weird. Like, it got to the point that I was just completely out of it. Like, yeah, everything just kind of starts becoming fuzzy. Like, I kind of remember the rest of the night, but at the same time, like I said, it's fuzzy, kind of like a fever dream or something. I did end up taking a video, and I don't fully remember taking this. I'll insert a clip of it. I'm sorry. My jaw keeps twitching, and when I yawn, it's like, it feels like my throat is gonna close up, and my jaw just chatters, and I woke up in sweat. It's so stiff. Oh. I don't know what to do. I'm scared. So as you can see, I was very scared. I didn't know what to do. I started becoming out of my right mind at this point. And then later on in the night, I don't remember much about this, but I just remember feeling like I couldn't stand to be in my bed. Like, I just couldn't handle being in my bed any longer. I don't really know why I felt this way. But part of serotonin syndrome is you become very restless and you can be out of your mind. So I somehow ended up in my living room on the floor on the carpet that my dog literally has peed on before. I mean, obviously we clean it, but it's still kind of gross. I was rolling around on the carpet and I was saying things that didn't make sense. And I remember for some reason I thought that the carpet was comforting, which this is really scary because clearly I was not in my right mind. I remember, like I said, this is all very fuzzy, but I remember wondering if I was even alive anymore. Like, I did not know what was going on. And I guess I ended up falling asleep on the carpet in my living room floor. I still live at home with my parents, and around 4 a.m. I woke up to the sound of my dad's alarm because he gets up early to go to work. I woke up on the carpet to his alarm, and I'm like, what am I doing out here? Like, what happened? So I was starting to kind of come out of it, but I also was feeling really horrible. I was feeling very restless and shaky and weird, and my vision was blurry. And I remember looking at my pupils and they were dilated, huge. I got my mom and I was like, something's happening, something happened. So that morning I took a picture of my pupils. I'll insert that here. I ended up having my mom take me in at the clinic to be seen, and that's where I was diagnosed with serotonin syndrome. At that point, I was doing a bit better, so they felt okay with sending me home, but they're like, yeah, this serotonin syndrome, and this was a serious reaction. For a solid week after that, I felt very sick. And to be honest, I still don't feel 100%. I've had some moments where I still feel like I'm in a dreamlike state, where I question my reality. Like I said, it's nowhere near to the extent as it was in the beginning, but I just still feel off. Like, it's getting better, but I'm still suffering the effects of this. I got lucky. Serotonin syndrome can be deadly. It is a very serious reaction. In my case, I ended up not having it as bad as I could have, but I wanted to tell this story just to spread awareness about what can happen when you start new medications. You need to know what to look out for because I made the mistake of not doing that. This could have ended badly. I'm lucky that I ended up being okay. I'm lucky that I'm living with my parents. So once I realized something was going on and I was, somewhat back in my right mind again, I was able to get my mom to help me, to take me to the clinic. I'm going to be seeing my neurologist in a few days from now, and I'm going to explain to her everything that happened, and hopefully we can come up with something for me moving forward. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up what I wanted to say. Thank you so much to anyone who listened to me tell my experience with serotonin syndrome. Thank you so much to everyone who supports me and supports my channel. It truly does mean the world to me. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully the next video will be a more positive one. Bye, everyone.